What is happening, y'all? Cowboy here, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to get ready for Shadow of the Erdtree. Now, the first and most important thing is you need to have defeated Mohg. If you have not made your way on over here, this is the requirement to enter the DLC. You'll have beaten him, and then you'll have access to this grace where I'm at right here, the Cocoon of the Empyrean. Now, to get over to the Mohgwyn Dynasty Mausoleum and the Mohgwyn Dynasty area in general, there are two different paths you can take. If you are already late game, you can go up to the hidden path to the Erdtree that is up here. And over here, there is a enemy that you'll need to fight, and then you can take a portal, and that will warp you on over there. However, you can actually get to this area significantly earlier, and that is by doing Varré's questline. Now, you may remember Varré as the dude that we first encounter right here at the first step. After the first step, he will move on over to the Lakes of Liurnia, and we will find him right here near Rose Church. His questline involves getting like the blood of a maiden, which we get the maiden blood up here at the Church of Inhibition. But doing his questline, you can acquire an item that will then teleport you into this area, allowing you to also access it. Now, besides that, some other bosses that I would suggest shaking down in advance. The first is going to be Radahn. I would suggest you get Radahn out of the way. Why do we want to get Radahn out of the way? Well, he has a great rune that is going to be fantastic for late game. We don't really need Godrick's Great Rune in the late game because we have the stats already. Radahn's Great Rune is a very solid choice, just giving us maximum health, FP, and stamina. This is a very solid go-to choice to have on you on your adventures. Alternatively, I think Rykard's Great Rune is another decent choice because the HP restoration upon defeating enemies is just going to be very helpful as you're exploring the DLC and you're going through new legacy dungeons, just helping to keep your health topped off. So I would suggest getting both of those down just for the Great Rune purposes. Moving on from there, would also highly suggest you take down Rennala. And that's because with Rennala down, we then have the ability to respec. And obviously you're going to be finding all sorts of new loot and spells and whatnot in the DLC. And more than likely, you're going to want to respec at least a couple times. So I would highly suggest Rennala is taken out so that you have the ability to respec. Now from there, there's not all that much, but I would suggest you get your bell bearings and you load up on as much upgrade mats as possible. Now, if you remember, as we turn in the bell bearings, we're able to go back on over here to this person and pick up the various smithing shards. Hopefully you have a couple of them left over for the high-end ones, but I would suggest buying your smithing stones in groups of 12. So you can see I have 48 of each of these across the board, and the main reason for that being, of course, that as we go through and we use those, it goes 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. So right now I have 6 Ancient Dragon and then 4 Somber left over, but I'm going to farm up a couple more of these, and then once I get this up to, what would it be, 72, that would give me enough to fully upgrade 6 weapons to max, 6 regular weapons, and obviously I have enough to fully upgrade 4 somber weapons. But I would suggest getting as many smithing stones and then sombering stones and whatnot as possible. Ideally, at a bare minimum, you want to at least match the number of ancients that you have. So hey, I can get 6 weapons up to 25, I can get 4 up to plus 10, but obviously we're going to find more of this stuff in the DLC, so it wouldn't hurt to get these numbers up in general. The same also goes for the gloveworts as well as the ghost gloveworts, making sure you have enough of those to upgrade the new ashen spirits that we find. Beyond that, in terms of level to go into the DLC, you're not going to have to worry about it too much. There is a new system of leveling that they have mentioned is going to take place in the DLC, where we're going to be able to obtain blessings, and those blessings are going to increase our attack power as well as our defense. So whether you're going into the DLC at, level 90 or level 150 or a level at 300, it's not going to really matter. The DLC is very much just its own game when it comes to how the blessings that you're going to receive are going to work there. So I wouldn't worry too much about your level. Personally, I mean, this is the character that I used in the walkthrough. That's up to 170, and I'm probably going to be just keeping to play on this character. I'm just going to keep pumping stats on it. I'll probably respec this a little bit, having actually no, it's my Great Rune's active, that's why I have 65, but I'm probably going to get this around like the soft caps on like vigor, endurance, strength, dex, all that stuff, just because I want to have as many stats as possible. I mean, it's the DLC for my first character. I'm not worried about maintaining a meta level or anything. This is a character that's intended for PvE purposes, so I plan on having enough levels that I can use whatever weapons I want to use. But otherwise, that's about it. there's not a whole lot that you need to really worry about to get ready for. It's just kill a couple bosses, obviously the most important being that you're here at Moog, have great runes ready, have a couple things for upgrades of spirit ashes as well as weapons ready to go. And, you know, make sure you have a couple weapons on deck. Like, obviously this is the walkthrough build that I used, and you know, we have the Crag Blade here, we have the Quality Great Stars, we have our Bloodhound Fang, we have our Knight Rider Glaive. So I have a couple different weapons that I can fall back on and work with to help punch my way through content. And, you know, you're going to want to make sure you have some variety. I think going into the DLC with just one weapon on hand probably isn't the best bet. Maybe something that has Pierce, maybe something that's good for bonking. If you're going for a caster, obviously, you know, you want to have all your spells on deck and ready to go. But that's it. You know, there's no crazy prep or anything that you got to do. But, you know, it's coming soon, so get ready.